All right, hey, welcome back to this week's Good Advice. I wanted to update you on some work that we've been doing, which has been mostly giving advice to customers who are trying to launch new products. This has been, in one case, a guy who's been launching his own new podcast. In another case, it's been a client of ours who's been trying to basically launch a new product to sell at a local farmer's market. Now, regardless of whatever you're selling, there's one thing that typically ends up being true when you start to sell something, and that is that whatever you're selling is typically your baby. You love what you sell. Otherwise, why would you sell it, right? And more often than not, what typically happens is that people love to hold on and protect that thing they love, to release it to the world, to put it on a shelf somewhere, to put it in front of someone and say, hey, would you buy this? Well, it's pretty vulnerable. You're risking someone else telling you if what you think is awesome really is that awesome. So, what typically happens is more often than not, we come up with the final product that we want to eventually sell, and then we iterate it some more, and then we revise it some more, and then we do another version of it. It needs a little bit more tweaking before we can finally sell it and release it to the world. Unfortunately, what typically happens with this is that we wait way too long, we spend too much time, and worse, we spend all of our money iterating a product rather than simply getting it out there and seeing what people think. See, it's actually true that more often than not, the final product is not the first product. In fact, many businesses that you could probably think of and point to as being successful businesses, that's not the first version that was revealed to people or was given to people. In fact, a lot of businesses, Uber included, for example, had a multitude of grand launches and first product releases. When the first one was a flop, they simply just did it over again after iterating a bit. And I've always loved this truth in business, which is if you aren't embarrassed by the first version, you've waited too long to release it. All that to say, there's nothing more valuable for your business than the actual customer feedback, putting something in front of someone and saying, hey, what do you think? No, what do you really think? And taking that in stride and allowing that to revise your product. It does so much more for your business when your customers are engaged in the versions of the products that you're selling. And also, it's going to make your business so much more successful, so much faster. That's today's good advice. Thanks for listening today. If you have a story of your own of how a product was iterated and then released a little bit too long, send me an email. I'd love to hear about it and add it to this week's podcast. Other than that, I'll catch you later. See ya.